Okay, today we're going to finish up with some solving multi-step equations. Now, a couple of us are getting a little confused about what we need to do first. Well, when you look at an equation, let's say we have something like this, okay? We still want to do the same steps. We want to find our variable. In this case, we have two operations that are with my variable. Now, I always like to ask which one is least attached to my variable. Well, in this case, my plus 2 is least attached. So I would have to get rid of it first. Then I would get rid of the one that is more attached, which is my 5. Now, some of you are getting confused with that. So let's think of it in a different sense. If we look at our normal order of operations, if we were to pretend for a minute that G was a number, we're just going to plug in 1. Okay? And I ask you to solve that. Normally, you would tell me that I would need to multiply first, multiply by 1 times 5, and then you're going to add 2. Now, because we do not know what G was, we just kind of plugged in a number, but because we don't know what that is, we really can't multiply right here. So for me to do the opposite and inverse, I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to go up, but when I start at the bottom and go up, everything gets reversed. So as I'm going up, instead of adding 2, I'm going to subtract 2. Instead of multiplying by 5, I'm going to divide by 5. And then I should be back at the original statement. Okay, so let's look at a few examples here. Okay, here's the first one. 5x plus 2 equals 7. Now, the least attached was my plus 2, so I want to subtract 2 from both sides. So at this point, I'm going to have left 5x equals 5. I would divide by 5, and I would get x equals 1. Okay, let's look at the second one. If we have something like this, the one that is least attached is my plus a. So I'm going to have to subtract a from both sides. So I'm left with y over 2 is equal to 4. You guys are getting a little sloppy, so you need to make sure you're a little neater in your work. From here I have y divided by 2, so I'm going to be multiplying by 2. This 2 is in your numerator and the denominator, so those cancel off. So I get y equals 8. That's your answer. Okay. When we have a problem like this looks a little different, but my plus 2 and m are on the top together, so I must do those together. The last step I would have done was divided by 4. So to undo, I'm going to do the divide by 4. So here I'm going to multiply both sides by -4. These cancel off. Leaves me with m plus 2 is equal to positive 8. Now I need to get rid of my add 2. So m equals 6. Now we're going to get into writing equations from words. Okay, so you got to set up and solve two-step equation word problems. Now you don't always have to write down the entire problem. Just pull out the important information that you need. Okay, now here's some steps you must do. You must pick a variable. Okay, define what it stands for, set up and solve the equation. So let's look at a couple examples. Okay, suppose your grandma sends you 5 games for your birthday. Each game has the same weight. The box she mails the games in weighs 8 ounces. The total weight is 48 ounces. What is the weight of one game? Well, so they identified G as being the weight of a game. Well, how many games did she send you? Well, it was 5. If each one weighs the same, then that means we're going to have 5 times G plus the weight of the box that she mailed it in was 8 ounces. And then the total weight is 48. So 5 games, each weighed the same, plus the 8-ounce box. And when she mailed it, the total weight was 48. So now to solve, we would subtract 8. So I get 5G is equal to 40. Divide both sides by 5, and G is 8. So each game weighed 8 ounces. Okay. So look right here. It says, suppose you buy a jumbo lemonade for $1.50 and to divide the cost of an order of chicken wings with 2 friends. Your share of the total bill is $5.50. Write and solve the equation to find the cost of the chicken wings. Well, the total cost was $5.50. So $5.50 is how much you're spending. Now, you spent $1.50 on lemonade. Now, you didn't divide that cost, so I'm not going to split that between anybody. So you had $1.50 plus you had the chicken wings that you split with 2 friends. So that's a total of 3 people. 2 friends and you is a total of 3. So there's my equation. Now to solve. I probably want to rewrite this. So I'm going to put 550 is equal to C over 3 plus $1.50. That's using the commutative property. And I'm just going to change this around so I have C on the other side. So all I've done was made it look different here. Now I'm going to get rid of the $1.50. I'm going to get rid of my divide by 3 by multiplying, and I get C is equal to 12. During the first half of the game, you scored 8 points. In the second half, you made only 3-point baskets. You finished the game with 23 points. Write and solve an equation to find how many 3 points you made. Let T equal the number of 3-point shots. Okay, well, in the first half, you made 8 points. The second half, you made 3-point baskets, so 3 times T. You don't know how many baskets you made, okay, but each one of them did count as 3 points. And at the end of the game, you had a total of 23. Now I'm going to use commutative property and switch that around. I want to get rid of my 8. I'm going to divide by my 3. And I would get T equals 5. So I made 5 3-point baskets. Okay. You earn $20 per hour landscaping a yard. You will pay $1.50 in bus fare each way. How many hours must you work to earn $117? Well, the $20 per hour is telling me my 20 times H. Plus I'm paying a bus fare of $1.50 each way. So I've got to get to work and back to work. So I can do 2 different things here. I can, because it's going to come out of my money, I'm going to subtract 2 times $1.50. Or if you want to, you can go ahead and multiply that and say you're going to subtract $3. Okay, so you can do either way. But then I'm going to make $117. Now, if I add that 3 back, I get 20H is equal to 120. I want to divide by 20. And that tells me I've got to work 6 hours to be able to clear $117 for the day. Okay? Any questions? I want you to complete the problem that I'm attaching to you and bring it to me in the morning.